Down Sports Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about
getting closer to March Madness.
Please like and subscribe, and I'm going to give this podcast to my brother.
Well, it's good to be back behind this microphone, and it's good to be back doing what I enjoy, talking about sports. And it's a strange point in the season. Football's over. Baseball season is starting back up. Spring training games are now underway, but the Major League Baseball season doesn't start until April. Until then, March Madness, and I find myself enjoying the college basketball game more than I have in years past, and I guess that's going to make March Madness interesting. I'm considering, whenever the time comes, to fill out a bracket. I'll post the bracket on the Power Zone Sports. I'll post it on all the same forums I've been doing the podcast on, and I might even put the chart I post for March Madness in the video. It's probably the best way to get my picks out there and who I think will walk away with the title. It's a great time of year, March Madness. 68 teams, a 16 seed has never beaten a 1 seed in college basketball. And can you imagine the uproar for when that day eventually will come and a 16 seed upsets a 1? It's going to be the most insane thing probably to ever happen in the world of college basketball. So the NFL season may have come and gone, but already teams are starting to take a look at who will be the future of the NFL for the next year. And already in the NFL scouting combine in Indianapolis, Central Florida linebacker Shaquem Griffin ran a time of 4.38 seconds in the 40-yard dash. 4.3 seconds. That's the fastest time for a linebacker in more than a decade. And it's pretty crazy how fast these linebackers are getting now. These defensive linemen are now almost as fast, if not as fast, as the wide receivers. It's a crazy game. Speed is the name of the game in the NFL. And now that you have linebackers who could be as fast as the wide receiver, they can cover the tight end. He might even be faster than some of these tight ends in the league today. It's pretty impressive how vertical the NFL has become now, and how defensive players now are fast enough to play multiple positions if the need ever arose. Because this NFL players today are bigger, faster, stronger than ever, and it's good for the rest of the league, without a doubt. So I want to talk about Shohei Otani, this young pitcher from Japan who has come over and has now joined the Anaheim Angels, or the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and is now he's a very good hitting pitcher in Japan. Apparently the Angels have plans to use him as a designated hitter on days that he's not pitching, and it's very interesting. I thought that he would join the National League for the very reason that he would be able to hit, but the Angels appear to have worked out a deal for him to occasionally DH. And Otani, he was a very good hitting pitcher in Japan. He hit some towering blasts in Japan, and they called him the Japanese Babe Ruth. And the Angels seem to have a young starter that they could possibly use for the next decade. But every time a Japanese starter comes over to the States, it seems like still the best pitcher we have had, and the best Japanese pitcher to make it over to the major leagues is the first. Hideo Nomo will always be the best Japanese pitcher of all time and the greatest Japanese hitter of all time, unless you count Sadaharu Oh, the world record holder for home runs. He's the best one to come over to the majors, would have to be the first one to come over to the majors, Ichiro Suzuki. So I finally tried my hand at downloading and playing Madden 18 for the Xbox One. And I was thinking, I've been playing Madden since Madden 92 for the Sega Genesis, and that's the Sega where the ambulances had come out and won over all the players on the field. The hilarious ambulance glitch of Madden 92. But I tried my hand at Madden 18, and I thought, oh, this should be easy. I've been playing Madden forever, and I was crushed in my first game. But the game graphics are very nice. The gameplay is fairly well, and I'm not even really a fan of EA that much. But Madden 18 has finally, I think EA finally has a game that can be as good as Madden 2005. Yeah, the gameplay in Madden is very good now, and the graphics, of course, are going to be very good as well. I was impressed. The commentary with those two announcers, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis, is now very good in its own right. EA used to almost treat commentary like a secondary topic, secondary issue, but now it's really well done, and it looks a lot like a TV broadcast, but they're not using the NFL, they're not using the ESPN license. And you can get the ESPN license if you buy NBA Live, but they have the license, they don't want to use it for Madden, and I don't understand that, and I think it's a mistake. I think they should be using the ESPN license. I would like to get a NFL Monday Night Football experience. That would be awesome to finally play a game and give it the feels of Monday Night Football. Sean McDonough in the booth with Matt Hasselbeck, whoever the new analyst will be now that John Gruden is leaving. Give it the feel of a Monday Night Football telecast. That would be amazing. And you could do it now, and you could have did it last console generation as well, but especially now. If you give the ESPN license on Madden and give it a feel of Monday Night Football, that would be amazing, and that would finally be the KO to anybody who still thinks NFL 2K5 is the greatest game ever. And I still love 2K5, and I still love Madden 92. I think I'll be playing those games for a while still, but Madden 18 makes me excited for Madden 19. Hopefully Dak is on the cover of Madden 19, if you ask me, but he had a bit of a bad year last year. We'll see. So the Washington Redskins made a trade for Alex Smith, a quarterback from Kansas City, and that means that Kirk Cousins, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, is about to be able to essentially pick and choose the next team that wants to play for him. Apparently, Denver, the Broncos, are convinced that he is the answer to all that ails them. They are apparently all in on Kirk Cousins. Apparently, the Jets are also interested, but the Jets are worried that the Minnesota Vikings will sign Kirk Cousins as well. Where will Kirk Cousins play next season? It's very interesting. If you go down these various rabbit holes, if you're the Vikings and you sign Kirk Cousins, it's pretty much a slap in the face to Case Keenum, the man who got you to the NFC title game. And I know they melted down in that NFC title game, but I don't really believe that was Case Keenum's fault. But what's the old adage about quarterbacks that I keep repeating over and over again? If you don't have a quarterback, that's why you need one. So maybe Kirk Cousins to the Vikings is a good idea after all. Cousins, who comes out of Michigan State, who was the other quarterback the Redskins drafted in the 2013 draft, the year that Robert Griffin III went pro after winning the Heisman at Baylor University, and he was the Redskins' first pick that year. And RG3 still waiting to come back into the NFL. And Kirk Cousins is about to choose his next destination, and he's about to make a boatload of money in the process. he pretty much has free will of where he wants to go. Almost unheard of in the NFL free agent world.
Thanks for listening to the Pals on Sports podcast. Please like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter link will be down below. And I'll see you next time in the next podcast. Bye!